Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Now we're a little bit early for the spotlight hour today, so we're just going to do this. We'll just put a pony in this gym, but we're just going to do this Dynamax Squirtle raid just before we begin the spotlight hour. Now the spotlight hour is Wobbuffet, so we're all going to be walking around catching loads of Wobbuffets, hopefully be able to get a pink one, which is a shiny one, and we'll be able to see what it looks like live on stream. Hopefully that is the case anyway. But let's just have a quick go at this Dynamax. So if you haven't already done Dynamax raids, they are really cool actually. I'm quite liking the feature as a whole. So the Dynamax raid, you can ready up as soon as you go in the lobby, and these Dynamax raids that we currently have going on, there's 5 that are currently in the Dynamax Battles. These are found on the Max Particle power stops or power spots, and these battles can be defeated quite easily with one Pokemon. No matter what level you are, you should be able to take this down very easily. You don't even have to power up any Pokemon, but you do have to use Dynamax Pokemon to take them on. And this is why we got encounters with 2 Dynamax Wooloos a couple of weeks ago and a Dynamax Squavette from the special research when the max out season first started. But as you can see, really easy to take down. So at the moment, they only cost 250 max particles, should I say. 250 max particles to enter a raid, so it doesn't even cost a raid pass, which is a really nice feature. It's basically, you can do up to around about 4 max battles per day, which means technically you're getting about 4 raids extra every day, including obviously your daily free raid pass. So they are very similar to raids, but also quite different in the same way as well. So how it differs from raids, obviously Dynamax Pokemon can only battle against Dynamax Pokemon. That's the first massive change. In normal raids, you can't use Dynamax Pokemon. You can use them, but you can't Dynamax that Pokemon itself. So you won't be able to take fully into account the Dynamax form of that Pokemon that you're using. And in Dynamax Battles, you can only use 3 Pokemon. Whereas obviously in normal raids, you have a team of 6. And obviously in normal raids, if you faint out after that team of 6, then you can just revive and go straight back in. Whereas Dynamax Battles, if you faint out of your team of 3, you will lose a battle. You have to re-go again. So we have just gone over 11 million Stardust as well, which is quite nice. But this is the Dynamax Squirtle that we've just managed to get. You can click the little Dynamax button. And unlike Mega, it won't last for 8 hours. It literally just lasts for as long as you are on the screen with it. And then it goes back to its normal form. So it just shows you a preview of what it looks like when it's Dynamaxed. Me personally, as for the 5 that are available on the Dynamax Battles, the Squirtle, Charmander, Bulbasaur, Squavette and Wooloo, I've really been going after the 3 main starters. And that's for a couple of reasons, but the main 2 reasons for those is that they are more useful in terms of Dynamax Battles. They have better movesets and they can help you out in better scenarios, with them all being certain typings. And then the second one is obviously if you do get a good one, if you are very lucky to get a good one or even a shiny one, then you can fully evolve it up and you have the option to Mega Evolve it as well as Dynamax it. So you can do either or, but it means that you can use them in normal raids and it can help you out in normal raids quite often when it's Mega'd. And also you can use them in Dynamax raids because it's a Dynamax Pokemon. So, Dynamax Battles in a nutshell. So we are going to be catching some Wobbuffets today, Wobbuffet Spotlight Hour. Now, the bonus for Wobbuffet Spotlight Hour, as with every Spotlight Hour, there is always a added bonus. And today's added bonus is 2 times catch XP, which is really nice with Wobbuffet because Wobbuffet is actually really nice to do an excellent throw on, but the catch rate of Wobbuffet is pretty poor. So you are going to use a lot of balls, especially if you are using Pokeballs. But hopefully Wobbuffet isn't weather boosted as we're walking around, and therefore the levels are quite lower, which means the catch rate should be a little bit higher than if it was weather boosted. So we currently see that we are on 477,088,000. So if somebody can just remember that number, and hopefully we can try and see how much we get by the end of the hour. But we're not going to spend too much time making sure we catch each one of these. We are just going to chuck one ball, shiny check it, trying to catch it, and then walk on to the next stage. But the comments are open down below. If you do want to drop a comment in and ask any questions about the Max Battles or the Spotlight Hour tonight, or anything you've got Pokemon Go related, make sure to drop a comment down below and I'll try and help you out as much as I can. And obviously if you don't know the answer, I'll just tell you that I don't know. I won't try and string you along. So like I was saying, really nice to do an excellent throw on, especially when you get into the rhythm of it. Now, there are obviously male and female Wobbuffets, and if you haven't already seen or known, then the difference is quite easily to tell. The male Wobbuffets are just normal, while the female Wobbuffets have this little lipstick around the mouth, and that's how you can determine whether it's a male or female Wobbuffet. Now, as we were saying before, the shiny one goes fully pink. You can't miss it at all. It is a really nice shiny. It does change a lot, which is what we like to see in a shiny. These shinies that only change a little bit, where you have to sort of squint to tell if it's shiny, or, you know, Fanfi immediately comes to mind. Really nice shiny when it's evolved into Donphan, but Fanfi is a really hard shiny to spot. So it's definitely not going to be that case today. If we do see a shiny, we'll see it from a mile away. Like I was saying, we're not going to spend loads of time in one spot trying to catch every single Wobbuffet. We'll throw a couple of balls at him if it's still there on the screen nearby, but we won't spend loads of time trying to catch each one. We are hitting these excellent throws quite nicely. We'll just move into Great Ball. Hopefully we can catch a few more of these. Now, obviously, with it being 2 times catch XP and it being a really easy excellent throw, you could always put a Lucky Egg on, and you can also put a Lucky Egg on and then put a Roar of Time on, so you make that Lucky Egg last for the whole hour instead of it just being half an hour. Saves you a Lucky Egg, saves you having put 2 Lucky Eggs on. That is if you've got the Dialga Candy and the Stardust. Hey Mabel, hope you're okay. Thanks for tuning in. So yeah, you could put Roar of Time on with a Lucky Egg during this event, with it being 2 times catch XP, and therefore you can make the Lucky Egg last a whole hour. But for me personally, I'm not going to bother doing that tonight, even though it is a 2 times catch XP bonus, and it is a really easy, excellent throw. Like I was saying before, Wobbuffet doesn't like to stay in the ball too many times. You can see here the amount of ones we've tried to catch and they're still there on the screen. So it doesn't like to stay in the ball too often, so you will be spending a lot of time and wasting a lot of balls if you are going hunting for XP today. But also, me personally, I'm running very low on Lucky Eggs around. Yeah, I'm good, thank you. How are you? Thanks very much for asking. So yeah, I'm only running on around about 8 Lucky Eggs at this moment in time, so I'm trying to make them last, because obviously one of the season bonuses of the max out season is that it is 1.5 times friendship bonus. So if you're best friends with somebody, instead of it being 100,000 XP, you can get 150,000 XP, which of course when your Lucky Egg goes to 300,000. So it's definitely worth using your Lucky Eggs to tie that in. It's guaranteed XP instead of sitting around chucking loads of balls at the same Wobbuffet over and over again, trying to get around 4,000 XP for an excellent throw. Thanks very much. I've been playing it a very huge amount of time has gone into this. Obviously, I'm not super good at the game compared to some elite players as such. I wouldn't call myself an elite player, nowhere in the slightest. But I do choose to invest quite a bit of time into this, and that's probably because the game, as it has probably done for loads of people watching, is that it's brought back a lot of good childhood memories growing up. The nostalgic of growing up with the game has been really good. And then also the game has done a lot for me personally as well. I used to really struggle meeting new people. And the game obviously brings you to meet new people in your community, to do raids, raid hours, raid days, etc. Brings you out of your comfort zone as well. So it is a really, really good game to bring people together for that. And I think as much as we have loads of bad words to say about the game when Niantic mess up on things and one thing and another, if you think about the game as a whole, it is a really, really positive impact in bringing people together. I don't think many more games have done that before Pokemon and after, perhaps either. So nobody's quite managed to follow in the same footsteps. So it is a really, really important game in that respect. So that's why I probably invest quite a bit of time into it, just because what it's given me. I think a lot of people were in the same situation. You know, there was many games that you can play sitting inside with a headset on, playing with mates that you make online. But when you're anxious or nervous meeting new people, then there's no better game than this. And me personally now, from the years ago where I was really anxious and nervous meeting people, I'm now a community leader. I'm a community ambassador for the game. So it all comes around, and it's all because of the game itself. Just like this cargo past. Like I was saying, very, very easy to spot the male and female differences with the lipstick. I think Wobbuffet is Gen 2, I believe. Now, it has been featured a couple of times with a costume on, mainly a party hat, in various events. Don't think why not its baby form, which obviously came, I think, the next gen afterwards. I don't think it came out at the same gen as Wobbuffet. Somebody might correct me in the comments below, but I think it was a following gen that why not came out, its baby form, and I don't think we've ever had that as a costume Pokemon. So it is very much muscle memory when you start hitting these excellent throws. As soon as you start hitting them, you'll just get into a rhythm where you're hitting them virtually every time. So it's probably definitely worth, if you haven't already done your spotlight hour in your area, try and stock up on those Great Balls and Ultra Balls and try and use them for a spotlight hour, just because of the XP bonus that you'll get. The fact that it's a really easy, excellent throw when you get in the rhythm. And it means that those excellent throws won't go to waste. It won't keep breaking out. Hopefully you'll have a bigger chance of a catch rate. And we will spin some of these gyms and stops as we're going past, because we are running a little bit short on Pokeballs. And that's mainly down to the community day which we had at the weekend. We had Pony community day. So Ponyta, both forms of Ponyta. So the Kanto and obviously the Galarian, and that's probably because the Galarian event that we're currently in, the max out season, revolves all around the release of more Galarian Pokemon. Obviously Dynamax and Gigantamax got released in this region as well. So that's why everything's to do with Galarian, which sort of brings my perspective as what could be the next community day. Potentially Stunfisk. Could you imagine a Stunfisk community day? Obviously it does have a normal form and a Galarian form. Potentially could have, although it doesn't evolve, so I don't think they'll do that. because obviously normally on community days it has an exclusive move only when you evolve it. So potentially, because Stunfisk doesn't evolve, they won't do that. But I can certainly see an event where Stunfisk is featured. Perhaps not a community day. But is there any other Pokemon that have a glaring form like Ponyta and Stunfisk? I can't think of any at the top of my head. Obviously Slowpoke, but we've already had that community day. Unless you do a community day classic for Slowpoke, that wouldn't be too surprising. Although it wasn't, I don't think it was too long ago when we had Slowpoke community day, probably a couple of years ago now actually. But is there any other glaring forms of Pokemon? If you can think of any more, let me know in the comments below. But luckily enough, it is a really nice day here in the UK. It's brilliant for walking actually. Now there's normally a Dynamax battle up ahead, so we'll just have a quick pan round in a minute and see if it is there or not. Obviously these Dynamax stops only last for a couple of days and they do disappear and appear elsewhere sometimes, but this one's remained there and it is a Wooloo, so we won't be doing that one unfortunately. We will be just focusing on the free Kanto starter Pokemon, just for the reasons that I mentioned before. Obviously if you do manage to get a good one, then you can fully evolve it. You can use it in normal raid battles with it having a mega form, and therefore that's going to be quite useful in normal raids. And then you can use it in Dynamax battles because it will have a Dynamax form. So unfortunately, anything you've already got that's megaed, or anything that you've already caught before the max battles, can't Dynamax. It is a brand new sort of Pokemon in the code, where you've got to get one from the max battles. Huge Wobbuffet, and that is huge. So you have got to get one from the max battles themselves, which is a little bit annoying, especially if you've got hundos of stuff that you wished and you were hoping when Dynamax and Gigantamax came around that you could evolve. You know, similar with my scenario, my favourite Pokemon's Gengar. That has a Mega and a Gigantamax. I think I've got roughly around about 12 Hundo Gengars now, or at least 12 Hundo Ghastly family. And I can't use any of them as Gigantamax, which is really, really annoying. But hopefully Gengar will be featured during the Halloween event this year. Maybe as a Gigantamax, we'll have to wait and see. But it is going to be interesting in the event coming up. There is going to be a psychic event coming up, and there's news and information out there now about the event that Pokemon GO themselves have released, Niantic have released themselves, and Beldum is going to be featured on Dynamax raids, or Dynamax battles should I say. I need to stop calling them raids, they're not really raids, they're battles. But they are featured on Dynamax battles, and Beldum is going to be a 3-star Dynamax battle. So instead of it being a 1-star like these Wooloo, Squirvet, Squirtle, Bulbasaur, Charmander are, it's going to be a 3-star max battle. Which, my question is, with it being a higher tier max battle, is it going to cost more max particles? So for instance, at the moment it's 250. I wouldn't be surprised if the higher the max battle, the more max particles it does, because at the moment, like we were saying before, you could probably do around about 4 max battles per day. You can collect 800 particles, but if you've got 200 from the day before, then you could probably do 4 max battles per day. But after that, when the tier 3 comes out, will that be 500, so that you can only do 2 of them a day? And then obviously when tier 5 comes out, will that be a case where it's 1,000 or 800 max particles a day potentially? so that you can only do one of those a day. I wouldn't be surprised. There's a reason why they only give us one raid battle per day, the one free raid pass. So it does seem quite generous of them at this moment in time that we can do 4 max battles per day for free of charge. So maybe we'll see a case where the higher the tier, the more max particles you'll have to use, and therefore the less you'll be able to do in a day. Wouldn't be surprised with that at all. But we'll have to wait and see to see if that is the case. It would be a little bit of a shame, but I can see why they'd do it, because if you could do 4 level 5 Dynamax raids per day, or you could do 4 level 1s, you're going to do a 4 level 5s, because obviously level 5s are going to be more useful in Dynamax battles and everything going forward. So I would assume that they'll make it so you can only do 1 level 5 or 2 level 3s, or the 4 level 1s that we have now. So like I say, we'll have to wait and see how Niantic are going to play it, but we'll soon find out with the psychic event starting in a few days. I believe it starts on Sunday. I think it overlaps the research day on Sunday, which we have the shiny release of Passimian, the little gorilla Pokemon with a coconut ball, and then we also have obviously the Oranguru, which got released a couple of years ago now, maybe 12 months ago actually, around the Go Fest of 2023. But obviously it's not really been featured in many events since, so this might be a first chance that people could get the Oranguru shiny, but it is the shiny release of the Passimian. They're still nailing these excellent throws at this moment in time. No shiny Wobbuffet at the moment. 20 minutes gone, so that's a third of our time so far. So let me know in the comments down below if you've already got a shiny Wobbuffet. Be nice to know if you've already got one, if this is a shiny that you're going to be hunting for this spotlight hour in your region. There is certain events where it has been featured in the past. Like I say, it had a couple of events where it had a party hat on. You could encounter it from raids. Don't think it's ever been released with a party hat in the wild, but I might be wrong there, but I don't think it has. I think it's only been raid exclusive when it's had the party hat. And then at those occasions it has been 1 in 64 odds, whereas today, and as normal in the wild, it is 1 in 512 odds, what we also call full odds. So that's why we've not yet seen one. So have we seen any 4 stars if we've not seen a shiny one yet? No, but we have got a 4-star Tangler. That's really, really nice. We must have just got that before we went live, because that definitely wasn't there an hour or so ago. So that's really, really cool. That is 4-star Tangler. I don't think I've got a 4-star Tangler before. Let's just have a quick look. Oh, I have got one. So that is the family of Tangler complete. So that is really, really cool. It's a nice little surprise. So we have got a hundo, not during the spotlight hour, but perhaps half an hour or so before. Really cool surprise. Well, in terms of hundo Wobbuffet, don't think I've already got one before. We haven't got one at least this hour. But we will have a quick search in a minute when the spawns die down a little bit, which we do around here. We'll have a quick look and see if we've got a hundo from before. No, we haven't. So we haven't got a hundo Wobbuffet. We have got a hundo Wooper, but no hundo Wobbuffet. So it would be really nice to get a hundo Wobbuffet during this hour, if we're lucky enough. So 22 minutes gone. We will put on the daily adventure incense. Now obviously the daily adventure incense is pretty similar to the daily raid pass. We get a free one every single day. It lasts for 15 minutes, and as all of you probably know by now, it is the only way to get the encounter with the Galarian birds, of which I'm surprised there isn't an event scheduled for them this max out season, with it all being featured around Galar. So potentially we could see the Galarian birds. Would be really cool to see them if we got really shiny, and how they'd go about that. Whether it'll be a case that you could still only encounter them on the daily adventure incense, and then we have a chance of being shiny. That would be super, super cool. If you do that, then it would be incredibly rare to get them, because the encounter rate of them is very, very low anyway. And then if we do make them shiny possible, hopefully they increase the catch rate of the shiny, because imagine getting a shiny Galarian bird and not being able to catch it because it had the same flea rate as what we do have now, which is around about 99.3%, something like that, is the chance of them fleeing. So it's very, very rare that you do catch them. Now there is loads of different ways where you can increase that catch rate, and you can potentially get the catch rate up to 30%. So the flea rate goes right down to around about 60%, 65%, and the catch rate is 35%. So there is loads of different things you can do to increase that catch rate. I have been meaning to do a video on that, but at this moment in time, I've been quite busy doing other things, which I'll be doing a video about later this week, a little bit of an announcement about what I've been up to and what I will be doing in the next couple of weeks. So make sure to keep an eye out for that announcement on my channel. It's not too much related to Pokemon Go, although the thing that I will be doing quite a lot of Pokemon Go while I'm doing it. So yeah, definitely keep an eye out for that in the announcement video coming up later this week. Hopefully around about Thursday or Friday this week, I'll be putting that on my channel. So definitely keep an eye out for that. So 25 minutes in, we're just heading down now to one of the main roads. So apologies if the background noise gets a little bit loud, but that big road that you can see there, that's one of the main roads. So as we approach that, it will get a little bit louder in the background, but hopefully you'll be able to hear me okay. So 25 minutes in, we'll just have a quick look around and see if there's any max battles that we could do. We have only got enough max particles to do one more today. So there's a Squirtle, there is a Charmander down there. I'd definitely prefer to do the Charmander, because Mega Charizard probably has the most usefulness with it having two different Megas. And there is rumour that Charizard could have a new Mega. So instead of it just being X and Y, you could see a Mega Charizard Z. That has been a rumour that's been flinging around. It's nothing confirmed, but it has been a rumour flinging around that Mega Charizard Z could be coming out in line with the sorry, not the Arceus, in line with the Legends ZA Nintendo Switch game, which is coming out 2025, so next year. So there is rumours that Charizard will get a dead Mega, which if it does, I don't know what that typing is going to be. Obviously, we currently have Fire and Dragon, and we currently have Fire and Flying. So what the typing will be for the Z form. But still, with its 2 Megas that we currently know of, it is a really useful Mega Pokemon. Quite useful in raid battles. And then obviously, with it coming from a Dynamax raid or Dynamax battle, it also means that it will be able to Dynamax. So we'll definitely do the Charmanders above anything else during this current event. Loads of Wobbuffets around here now. Switch to, definitely don't want to use a Master Ball on a level 1 Wobbuffet. That is not going to happen. Nearly did though. Imagine my face if I used a level Master Ball with a level 1 Wobbuffet. And I bet it wasn't any good either. I would have been absolutely mortified. Not used a Master Ball so far, but we have got every variant of the Galar birds. So I haven't really found a reason to use one yet. Obviously I have encountered a few more Galar birds since catching them all, but still don't see the reason to use any more when I've already got them all registered. I think the scenarios in which I would use a Master Ball at this moment in time is if I'd got a Hundo Legendary off a raid and it got down to the last ball and it was something that was really useful. So let's say a Kyogre or a Groudon or a Kartana or something really, really useful in raid battles, one of the best of its kind, then I'll probably use it then. But I'd probably decide in that scenario. Gabite off the Daily Adventures. Nice little spawn. Obviously quite useful for the Gibble Candy, powering up our Garchomps. Garchomp obviously being a very good dragon type as well as a very good ground type. Did have a community day like most dragon types do. It had a community day and it got Earth Power as a move, which made it one of the best ground type Pokemon in the game. And obviously Garchomp can Mega as well. So we'll head over to this Charmander Dynamax battle. And then we'll just walk back and loop around what used to be the old quarry, which is now a nature reserve, which is where we get a lot of spawns. So it has been known to give us quite a few shinies and spotlight hours, but we haven't had one from there in quite a while now, so maybe today is the day. Another Wobbuffet. Now there is a pretty new feature that I've seen as well with these Dynamax battles. I only noticed it over the last couple of days. I don't know if it's that new or whether it's something that I just haven't noticed. When you click on the Dynamax battles, sometimes in the bottom left hand corner, instead of the little question mark being there, there appears Hey Resh, how are you? So sometimes in the bottom left hand corner when you click on Max Battles, instead of a little question mark appearing, there appears an encounter symbol, and you actually encounter an additional Pokemon nearby. Now when I did this yesterday, there was a Bunnelby nearby that I encountered. Unfortunately, it's not a Dynamax Pokemon that you encounter, but it does say in the little graphics when you click on the Dynamax, it does say on the little graphics when you click on the Dynamax that you can actually encounter Dynamax Battle Pokemon from it if you are very, very lucky. So it is a nice little feature, does get an additional counter, and obviously if you do have the additional chance to encounter Dynamax Pokemon, then it's always good. But let's see how good this Charmander is going to be. Really do like these Max Battles. I was a bit undecided on them at first, but the more I've done them, the more I do like them. I like the fact that you can ready up as soon as you go in the lobby as well. Something that obviously you can't do in raid battles. You have to wait until it's at least down to 90 seconds. So you have to wait an entire 30 seconds if you're wanting to raid it on your own before you can ready up. Obviously, if you have got somebody with you, they could always jump in the party with you. And when there's two of you, you can hit that ready button straight away. Hitting the ready button straight away when you're on your own in these Max Battles is definitely a feature that I would like to see come into raid battles. Hopefully they bring that in. Now, the feature right at the end where you can see your rewards, you can actually place a Pokemon in a power spot. And what that will do, instead of, obviously, when you do that in gyms, you can earn up to 50 coins, depending on if your Pokemon gets knocked out on that on the next day, let's say, after 8 hours. Your Pokemon will return with 50 coins. If you've not already had your 50 coins that day, you can only obviously get it once. But by leaving a Pokemon on a power stop, you can get your Pokemon to earn candies. So it'll earn Squirtle candies if you leave a Squirtle there, Charmander candies if you leave a Charmander. So it'll earn the candies of the Pokemon that you left behind. Now it can earn Candy XL, but it's very, very rare. And how it earns that for you is if somebody else comes along, your Pokemon will also battle and help them in that battle if it's been placed there. And therefore, the more it's being used by other trainers, the more candies it will earn you. And you can recall them at any time by clicking on the Today view, where you can see your Pokemon that are all in gyms and if you've got your coins for today. If you scroll further down, just before you get to the showcases bit, you'll see a bit where you can see which Pokemon you've left in power stops, and there you can recall it as well. So really, really cool feature. 551 Charmander, so that's quite a nice Charmander, to be honest. The hundo is 560 from these Dynamax raids. That's probably the best Charmander I've had, to be honest. There we go, it's staying in the ball. So 551, and it's missing 1 off a defense, it's full attack, and it's missing 3 off a HP. So it's missing 4 in total, which means it's 91. So that is probably up there as our best Charmander. Let's have a quick look. If you type in Dynamax, you can see all the Pokemon that you've Dynamaxed, or that you can Dynamax. Now we do have 550. 551 Charmander is the highest. 550 is the same stats, 91, but different way round on the stats. So instead of having 13 HP, we have 13 defense instead, and it's missing 1 off of HP. So both of those are 91. That is a really, really nice Charmander though, with it having almost full defense and it missing just a HP. If I was to give a max move to, or work on giving max moves to, I would definitely work on that one at this moment in time. In terms of Bulbasaurs, we have 625, 624, so that is currently the best one, so nothing really to shout about. And then Squirtles, we have 523, which isn't overly brilliant, and then 519, and then we do start going quite worse. So 523, not too brilliant. Squavet, the 518 was off a raid, whereas the 387 was off a research task, which was a special research. And then Wooloo, 390 is the best one that I've got of that. So I haven't got any really good Dynamax Pokemon as of yet. Hopefully we can get a really nice one, maybe a 96, 98, or even a hundo. I'll be very, very lucky if I do get a hundo, but we can only keep trying and see what we get. So as you can see, loads and loads of spawns around us at this moment in time. So we try and catch these, get a few more off. So it really is a nice, excellent throw to hit. "23 minutes left now of the Spotlight Hour. Still no shiny at this moment in time. We'll check if we've got any hundos at the end before we sign out off for live. Loads of Wobbuffets all grouped together up here. Let's try and get all these. So if you're watching, get involved in the comments below. It's quite nice to answer people's questions down below if you've got any, or just have a general chit chat. It's quite nice to see people getting involved, so if you can, make sure to comment down below. Like I was saying before, it is really, really good that these aren't weather boosted, because they are annoyingly difficult to catch anyway, even though they are easy to throw at. They do like to break out of the Pokeballs. So it is really good that they aren't weather boosted at this moment in time, because weather boosted only makes it harder for them to catch with increasing its level by 5. So we are seeing quite a few low level Wobbuffets at this moment in time, which means you do have that green catch circle, which hopefully means it's easier to catch it. We've got a few more around here to check or catch. Reason I'm probably making sure to catch all these ones is just because when new ones spawn in with such a populated area, I am really, really struggling to notice which one's new or not. So we are just taking the time a little bit around here now and just catching these, especially when we're going back the same way. It's a lot easier to determine which ones you've already seen if you've caught them. So we will spin the Pokestops around here, like I was saying, just to restock a little bit on Pokeballs. Have got my gotcha turned on, actually, the Pokemon GO Plus Plus. So let's connect that and get that spinning those Pokestops for us. There you go, connected. Should jump into action and start spinning those Pokestops for us and the gyms. Now, obviously, with the introduction of the Max Battles, these Max Battles and Max Particle places, points of interest, haven't just taken gyms and Pokestops out of the game. They are just an addition. And what they tend to be is things that have been accepted as Pokestops but are too close to other things. They have become Max Particle power spots, and then also stuff that are like local businesses that are registered on Google Maps. They have also become power spots. So if you're finding a lot of local businesses around your area that you sort of think, hang on, those sort of things don't normally make Pokestops, then that's just because that's the only thing they could have really used in the game as an addition without taking stops and gyms out. So it is really good that we have used those stuff. What it does mean though is that some of these power spots, especially in my area, I do notice some quite, if there's a private lane or a private driveway, they are quite set back away from a road that you can't get to them unless you go down someone's private area, which obviously I do not recommend. So some of them are pretty much impossible to get to. So don't go out your way and go into private areas where you shouldn't be. Make sure to be conscious of other people's private space. If you had one on your house, you wouldn't like anybody coming right up to your front door and do it. So make sure to take that into account. But yeah, because you are generic businesses that are on Google Maps, some of them are set far back from the pavement or the public areas, which means that getting them becomes impossible because it is on private land. So that is only the downside to it. Hatching quite a few eggs at this moment in time. No shiny Pichu, but we have already got one of those. So 15 minutes left of this spotlight hour. So if you have been enjoying watching the channel and watching the live stream, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe as well. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers, trying to hit that target by the end of the year. We've been really fast in getting up to around about 930 subscribers from 900, and then we sort of petered out a little bit and steadily growing. So if you do like what you're watching, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It does mean a lot. I know obviously my video uploading hasn't been as frequent as normal. I do try and get a couple of videos between 3 to 4 on the channel every week, but as of late I've been quite busy doing other things at this moment in time, so make sure to just bear with me over the next week or so, and then hopefully we can get back on track and uploading a few videos for you each week. And obviously the live video, which we do every week on Spotlight Hour, we've been doing it religiously now for a couple of months, getting into the habit of trying to live stream at the same time, at the same day, every week on the Spotlight Hour, so that people know exactly where to find me at this time of day. Storage full. Let's quickly clear out Pokemon. We'll leave out any extra large, extra small, and Dynamax. We'll just get rid of all those rubbish Wobbuffet that we've caught. Won't get rid of any 3-star, 4-stars, that search chain, but we will just get rid of the 0-star, 1-stars, and 2-stars. 13 minutes left of the spotlight hour. A couple more Wobbuffets should appear just up here. There's normally a good spawn spot around here, around this blue gem. Still no shiny as of yet. So what are the gym formations like? There's a couple of reds, that one's blue. So yeah, we'll leave that one blue. Don't want to make every gym around here red. So we'll leave that one blue. So as we were saying, there is quite a few Wobbuffets spawned around here. So we'll just catch these. We're coming up to the last 10 minutes now of Spotlight Hour. Still hitting these excellent throws off quite easily. We're all running a little bit low on Ultra Balls. Hopefully it lasts us out the last 10 minutes. Keeps the catch rate of these excellent throws quite high. Have the Pokémon GO Plus turned on, spinning those stops for us just to reclaim some Pokeballs. Now there is another Charmander Dynamax battle just above, but unfortunately it is in person only, else I would offer to invite some people that are watching. Unfortunately, they are in person only, and we have run out of max particles for today. We'll have to wait until tomorrow until we can collect some more. Obviously, you can actually buy these max particles in the shop. We have made it so you can purchase them. But if you start purchasing them as well as raid battles, you do start going down a very dangerous road where you're spending a lot of money on the game. So at this moment in time, until we know how these max particles are going to be used in future raids with the tier 3s, tier 5s, I will probably not try and use as many, and especially not try and buy many at this moment in time. Now, are we actually going to get a pink Wobbuffet this spotlight hour, or is this going to avoid us? It's not looking likely at this moment in time. Tiny Wobbuffet. So we've had two huge Wobbuffets and we've got one tiny Wobbuffet now. So if you remember right at the start of the spotlight hour, I told you, of course, it's 2 times catch XP, and we did do a quick check after the first few throws of the spotlight hour to see how much XP we're on. And as we were saying, you could actually, if you're confident in the amount of Ultra Balls you've got and you're confident on these staying in the ball, then you could actually put a luck egg on. And if you didn't want to put 2 luck eggs on, I've got the Jeb guarantee. Cheers, Jeb. But yeah, if you did want to put a luck egg on, obviously you could use Roar of Time as well to extend the timer. So instead of using 2 luck eggs, you can just use Roar of Time, which is Dialga, Origin Dialga, Adventure Effect, and that extends the time my items are out for. So you can extend anything, including Incense, Daily Adventure Incense, Star Piece, and also luck egg. So it is a really, really useful tool. It does save me using a lot of luck eggs, especially when it's a community day where you get XP bonus. Instead of putting 6 luck eggs on, you just put 1 luck egg on and run Roar of Time for the following 2.5 hours. So Jeb says we're going to go shiny. Hopefully Jeb has given me some luck. And one of these Wobbuffets is going to go pink. What do you reckon, Jeb? Are we going to get one? Or we're going to get a female or a male? If you're saying shiny guarantee, what are we going to get? If I do get one now, I'm going to call it Jeb. Just for that reason. Huge Wobbuffet. That'd have been nice as a shiny. We're heading into the last 5 minutes now of Spotlight Hour. Come on, Jeb, where's your luck? Where is Jeb's shiny guarantee? Make sure to check all these ones before we walk too far away. Did we check out one back there? Yeah, we did. We caught it. There's 2 on the left that we haven't checked yet. Definitely 2 on the right, if not 3 on the right now. Those 2 here on the left. Still no pink shiny. Quite a few of them are staying in the ball though, so that's good for the excellent throws. Three minutes left. 180 seconds. Can we get a shiny Wobbuffet in that time? one that might despawn if we go too far away, so let's get on quickly. One sat right under us. 2 minutes. Two right next to each other. Female one. And a male one there. Another excellent throw. Maybe one of these last few will be pink. Maybe Jeb's guaranteed shiny will come through. Last minute. How anxious are you feeling right now, Jeb, about this shiny guarantee? I don't think it's going to happen. I'm losing belief. No, we've clicked on it. Look at Wobbuffet. Shiny Wobbuffet. It's 7 o'clock. There is no shiny Wobbuffet for us today. They're still spawning in, but they're quickly disappearing. No shiny Wobbuffet for us today on today's Spotlight Hour. Unfortunately, we have gone back to the normal, at the moment, quite rubbish spawns in the wild. But no shiny Wobbuffet for us today. So unfortunately, Jeb's shiny guarantee didn't come through. It was a nice gesture, Jeb. Thanks very much for that, if you are still watching. Now, quick little recap we'll do. Obviously, no shinies, but we have got quite a few catches today. Let's check to see if we've got a 4-star Wobbuffet from this Spotlight Hour. No, unfortunately, no 4-star. We did get that the Hundo Tangler around about 30 minutes before the Spotlight Hour, so that is a really, really nice Hundo. But no Hundo Wobbuffet during the hour. Now let's just see what is the best Wobbuffet that we managed to get. Quickly go through the 3-star, 4-stars. That one's a 91, so not too bad. I've got a couple of 91s actually. Is there anything any better than 91? No, so nothing really of much good in the Spotlight Hour, but let's have a quick look and see how much XP we earned. So with it being 2 times catch XP and with it being an excellent throw, that was quite easy to hit. We did use quite a few Ultra Balls and Great Balls catching them. Now obviously, like I was saying, you could put a luck egg on, but we decided not to, just because of how difficult they are to catch and the likelihood that it will break out, and also the fact that we've got hardly around about 8 lucky eggs left, so we are a little bit thin on the ground with lucky eggs, so we are trying to refine how we use those instead of wasting it and buying more from the shop. So let's have a quick look and see how much XP we earned. Now, we started the Spotlight Hour on 477,088,000, so we've earned nearly 600,000, 590,000 to be precise, in that Spotlight Hour. So 590,000 XP. We had no friendship level ups, no friendship bonuses at all. We did do one max battle. Yeah, we did one, because we did one just before Spotlight Hour and we did one during it. So one max battle, So that is 5,000 XP, but the rest of it have been just through catching Wobbuffets with excellent throws, no lucky eggs or anything. So that is a really, really good going. 590,000 XP in just 1 hour. Really, really happy about that. So let me know in the comments below if you've managed to do your spotlight hour so far. Have you got the shiny? But big shout out to everybody who's commented during the live stream. Really do like getting those comments during the live stream, so make sure to carry on doing that in future live streams. Thanks very much for watching, everybody. Hopefully you'll stick around on the channel and subscribe. But thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye for now.